let's talk about when they are rebellious, when they are defensive, when they are holding on to the things that you have done, when they don't want you to talk to them, when they don't want you to look at them, when they just want you out of their life. Let's talk about it. First things first, I teach women, let them go. Let them go. If they do not desire to be there with you, if they make it very clear that they want a divorce, that they want these things, let them go. It's in the Bible. In 1 Corinthians chapter 7, I think it's verse 15, it says, let them go. All right? You're not going to force them. You're not going to do anything. The reason why you want to let them go is so that you can hear what God's will is, and you can leave it up to God to change their heart and their mind. Okay, so you don't want to force them to do anything that they don't want to do. I've done it. A plethora of women have done it, and there's nothing you can do. All right, in this position that you're in, especially no contact, what's happening is God is literally raising you up. And I'm going to be the first to say this. When I was standing, God had to raise me up to overcome the weapons that was formed against me. You have weapons that was formed against you. And when you overcome this, it's going to show that your life is a definition of weapons that don't prosper. So I want you to understand that they are wrestling and they are being influenced by a demonic spirit. So Ephesians 6, it lets us know that our weapons are not flesh and blood. It's not flesh and blood, it's demonic spirits. And sometimes in your no contact, God has to teach you the rules of the spirit. He has to teach you how he operates. You have to learn the Lord. Many people desire restoration, but what if it happens again? What are you going to do? There are many people that have left one marriage and the same spirit came in the second marriage and then the third marriage because you never stayed before God long enough to learn how to fight. A lot of times, a lot of women, you just want prophecy that, your marriage is going to be restored. You want all of these confirmations, but do you know how to fight? Do you know how to fight? Do you know how to tear the devil and rip him to shreds? Do you know how to really contend for the soul of your children and your husband and your marriage and your household? Because God is going to restore this, but you have to be equipped, all right? There are some marriages where they marry the right way. Some people, they done got saved, they waited on God. Some of it is prospering, and some of them, they end up in divorce because they didn't understand open doors. When you marry somebody with open doors, then you are really understanding that whatever their trauma, whatever they have open in their life, is going to come in your house, and you going to be like, oh, I thought you was one way. No, these are things that is spiritual things about your spouse and even you that you probably didn't even know that was there. So whenever your spouse is rebellious, warfare prayers is your only weapon. When you begin to pray against their behavior, you're not praying against them, but it's the behavior, meaning the arguing, the abandonment, the rejection. When you begin to war against these things, this is how you fight. When you begin to really pray those walls down, this is how you're going to see breakthrough, but it takes consistency. A lot of people get exhausted because you're operating from a place of desperation where you want them to come back. You have to surrender to the process. If it takes 6 months, then it just has to take 6 months. You're going to have to accept God's timing. All right, it took me 2 to 2.5 years. All right, and then even after that, I still had to walk through some things. All right, because God doesn't want y'all to be unequally yoked, right? So I want to make this video to encourage you to walk by faith and not by sight. If they are rebellious, now is not a time to fight back in the natural. And I know it's so hard to fight back in the natural because you want to defend yourself. You are wrestling against demonic spirits, all right? And they don't even understand that, okay? Another thing, you don't want to be so desperate to tell them about God. You can say things like, I'm praying for you, because the introduction to the Holy Spirit, sometimes it takes a great humbling before they go to God. So when we think about Saul, when he was on the road to Damascus, he had an extremely humbling experience. You see what I'm saying? Like, God had to humble him to introduce himself. So yes, you can say like, I'm praying for you or things of that nature if they're coming to you and telling you their issues that they're having because of their disobedience, that they don't know that. But yeah, okay, I pray that this video has encouraged you. I went through it. I went through the rebellion. I went through a lot of things that I felt like no woman should have to go through, but at the same time, God was using me to go through it, overcome it, and so I can help other women. If you are new to my page, I have an ebook called Praying His Walls Down. This ebook has helped a lot of women learn how to pray and basically open up communication, get their husbands' hearts to soften, and it educated them on what they're actually dealing with. It is a 2-part ebook bundle. If your husband has defensive walls, you need to get this ebook. It is in the link in my bio. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video.